cancel it out. All right. So you might be wondering why the camera's mysteriously floating, and it's because I have a cameraman. It's actually a camera woman, and it's my wife. So thank you for your services. Anyway, what's really important is what we're hitting tonight at the gym, which is hamstrings and back. Now, this is a very intense workout because it is. And the idea behind it is, I've stated before many times, that my hamstrings are a bit overpowered. And even though I've reduced volume on them significantly, once per week to about 6 sets, they're still dominating my entire leg. But still got to hit them, still got to maintain them. But then my quads, so I was hitting those twice a week, and those were starting to grow, and I got good growth on them, and they're kind of at a good spot where they continue to grow with 1 day a week. Not only that, but two quad days a week was getting to be a little bit too much. So I tailored the volume back a little bit, but my back now needs some extra time to grow. So I threw it in on hamstring day just because I do some RDLs, which hits my lower back. So typically on this day, I'll do less lower back loading back movements, so no like barbell stuff or dumbbells, but it's a lot of pull downs and pullovers. And then on my actual back day is when I'll do barbell rows or heavier loaded back movements. So, it's kind of funny because whenever anybody or I tell anyone that I'm doing these unorthodox training days, whether it be legs and shoulders or back and hamstrings, people always say like, "Oh, I didn't know you could do that," or "That's weird," or what. I think what we need to realize is your muscles don't necessarily need to be trained in a specific way. Like, you don't have to hit all of your pushing muscles in one workout. If you want to, you could hit forearms and glutes. Who's to say that it's wrong? So, as long as if you're achieving your goal, whatever your goal may be, if you need to fit another muscle in somewhere to get the appropriate volume in for it to grow, who cares if it's weird or if you've never heard of it before? Somebody had to invent the bro split in the first place. Someone had to come up with chest and tris, back and bis, and legs. And it's popular for a reason, because it works. But what works for everyone might not necessarily work for you. So if you have a specific goal, then do what it takes, figure it out, experiment. Maybe it'll be the worst thing you've ever done, and you just go back to what worked before until you figure out something else. So that's what we're doing, hamstrings and back. Probably going to start with a lying leg curl, maybe a seated leg curl, although that machine has been very popular lately, so it's kind of hard to get a hold of. So if I see someone on it, I might suplex them off of it and take what is rightfully mine. Not really, but that's what I wish I could do sometimes. Anyway, with that being said, let's just jump to the first exercise of the workout. All right, jumping into today's workout. It's a bit of a shorter one, but it's a sweet one. I can guarantee you that. Starting off with the seated hamstring curl. This is a hot commodity at the gym I train at, and I decided to start with it today. And what I love about this machine is you really can lock yourself in place and focus on getting just the tightest squeeze in your hamstrings and really just engorge them with blood. So that's what we did here. The first set was an absolute top set. I don't remember the weight off the top of my head. And then this one was a back off set. You can kind of see a little bit of detail in the hamstrings there, but it's going to get a lot freakier in the coming months, so just wait for that. But for the workout today, it is a bit more of an intense one. It's pretty much the whole posterior chain, hamstrings, and back. So I tried to keep the sets really intense, but I only did about 6 sets per muscle. So here we're doing a set of 20 on the RDLs. I only recorded 1 set. I was actually planning on doing more weight, and then while I was warming up, I was doing 225, and it felt really good, so I just decided to finish off with a set of 20 and then do another set of 20. And I really liked how this felt. Typically, I stay in the rep range of 8 to 12 on RDLs, but I might switch to sets of 15 to 20. They suck, don't get me wrong, but they're a different kind of stimulus, and I like to change it up every now and then. And then going into only the greatest angles for the lying hamstring curl, just finishing off with a nice pump. And on these, I don't go all the way down. When I let the, I don't know what you would call it, the lever go all the way down, it takes tension off of my hamstrings. So some might say this isn't full range of motion, but I'm trying to keep the tension on the muscle the entire time. So arrest me, I guess. They work great for me, and my hamstrings are still growing. So until I find that they don't work anymore, I'm just going to keep doing them this way. And then I do a drop set here. I just kind of died right after the first set, and this was brutal. My hamstrings did not want to move, but we made them move anyway, because that's what we do. We go when we don't want to. Anyway, jumping into the back, I wanted to start with lat pull downs, but as you can see, the gym is pretty busy, and almost every back machine was being used, and every single cable was being used, so lat pull downs was not an option. Nothing to worry about, just jumped into another movement I was planning on doing anyway, but we're doing them at the start. So had a little bit of strength, so loaded up 4 plates on the side here and did 15 to 12 reps per set. These feel really good. I think I mentioned in the last back workout video, these are going to be my go-to for a little bit. They're really good at getting the upper traps and upper back just lit up, and you can really load some good weight on here. I might experiment with lowering the seat a little bit. I kind of like the way I have the seat set up now. My hands are kind of like more down, so I'm kind of pulling the weight up, if that makes sense. But I might try to lower the seat and kind of try pulling in a straight line and see how that feels. But we'll have to wait until the next back workout to try that out. Anyway, doing a nice little drop set here. And you can see there's a nice little hamstring drop going on, so really like what I see there. But yeah, this workout was very intense. You can see all the sweat accumulating on my sweatshirt there. And, you know, there's a lot of people that will say, oh, you should totally cover up in the gym and you need to wear sweatshirts and sweatpants and you shouldn't look at yourself, let people see your physique. You know, in all honesty, it's kind of a day-to-day thing for me. Some days I like to see what my progress is looking like, and some days I don't. Some days I just, you know, it's cold outside, it's wintertime, it's rainy, so if I'm walking into the gym and my elbows are cold and my knees are cold, I'm going to feel like I'm going to get snapped up. So anyway, done with that tangent. Doing some neutral grip pull downs. These feel really nice. Switching it up from the straight bar and really working on my technique lately. Not feeling it in the biceps as much, which is awesome. Definitely what I want. And we're able to go pretty heavy now. A little bit of rocking. I mentioned last time that with these, I'd rather get the muscle overload than really worry about keeping my form too strict. But I do like to throw strict form in there from time to time. But right now, it's kind of fun throwing around some heavy weight. So that's what we're going to do. Anyway, this is the last set of the workout here, and we're just going to rep it out, and then I'll see you in the posing room. All right, so the workout has been completed. It was short and sweet. Didn't do a lot of sets. I did 6 sets for hamstrings, 7 sets for back. One of the hamstring sets wasn't recorded. One of the back sets wasn't recorded. It got really crowded in here, man. It came out of nowhere. When I got here, it was like light, and then everyone wanted to hit back. So workout was kind of, scattered all over the place. I didn't really want to set my tripod up in somebody's ass, Just be like, excuse me, let me put my camera right here. So some of the sets, unfortunately, had to go undocumented, but as you will see, the pump is about to showcase that the work was done. Now, we're gonna do something special. We're gonna do a full physique reveal, and this is kind of gonna be a litmus test for moving into prep. I normally don't do these. This is definitely, not ideal shape, but bulk shape for sure. And man, I know last time I had trouble getting my shirt off, and that was a chest day. Well, yeah, here we go. Probably didn't help that I chugged a ton of water right before I'm doing this here. All right, so let's just check out the back pump first. I definitely feel full as a house. That is for sure. Let's see if I can get it more in the light. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. Now, for the premium content, shorts are coming off. This doesn't happen very often, so appreciate it while you can. My abs are cramping. So, as you can see, this is probably peak mass before we go into a cut. And I can say I'm feeling pretty good. Definitely my all-time biggest, which feels amazing. And definitely not my all-time fattest. So I'm feeling pretty good. I still have to finish with calves and get my carbs in, and then I'll see you guys in the car. Are we on?
We are on.
We are on. All right, so that is a wrap on the hamstrings and the back workout. Not gonna lie, it's January 2nd, and I was pleasantly surprised when I pulled up to the gym and the parking lot was halfway full. It was like the second coming of Jesus Christ. But unfortunately, like the second coming of Jesus Christ, it's not ready to happen yet, because everyone, and I mean everyone, decided to come to the gym. And what did they all want to hit? Back. I literally got done with hamstrings, and I looked up, and every back machine was being used. I actually had to fight 4 people just to get one back machine. That's not true, but happened in my head multiple times. But we still got a good workout in, and I know that there's a lot of people crowding the gyms right now, and it can be frustrating because it's hard to get your workout done. Keep in mind, a lot of these people coming into the gym trying to make a better life for themselves, trying to make better change. So understand that you were once a newbie too at some point. Maybe you didn't start in January like everybody else, but you got to start somewhere. So if somebody comes up and asks you a question, just be nice. Don't call them an idiot. And because we all love the gym, and we want more people to love the gym, not hate the gym and be afraid of the gym. But overall, the workout was really good. I did a couple sets of the RDLs, and my lower back started to hurt. And I'm really trying to focus on, usually if I do an RDL or a heavy movement and my lower back starts to flare up, I'll kind of ignore the pain and just fight through it. But I'm realizing that that's kind of not the best strategy. I'm realizing that your lower back is kind of important. So went a little bit lighter, did a little bit more reps, worked on my form a little bit. I find that not locking the RDLs out completely helps me focus on my hamstring and take some tension off of my lower back. So those felt really nice. And then it also just feels nice to do a lot of like more reps with like leg curl type movements. It's good to get some hinging movements in there from time to time, but that's like primarily what my hamstring workouts were before. So I've been focusing more on leg curls. And then for back, I wanted to start with pull downs, but those were being used when I wanted to, so I just did the row machine, and those felt really good. Helps pump some blood in my upper back, my upper traps. So all around, really solid workout, and starting the year off strong. So with that being said, enjoy your workouts. Don't get too frustrated with all the new people in the gym. Be nice, maybe make some new friends. Have a wonderful day.